Hi guys, it is Monday morning and I'm getting ready to head out to work. I'm running a little bit late this morning. It's just another one of those no motivation days. And I gotta stop and get gas in my car. But it's like I'll still get to work on time because for me running late is not really late, if that makes sense. But anyway, I didn't get very good sleep last night. I was having nightmares all night for some reason. I don't know. But so yeah, I'm just gonna head to work. Obviously I have my coffee already since I'm in the car, so I have my coffee and my purse and my bag and my lunch and everything I need. So it's just Monday. I don't like Mondays. But I'll talk to you again soon. Hey there, today is Tuesday and I'm just getting ready to do my normal morning routine and head out the door, trying to think if anything unusual has happened during the week or anything. It's only Tuesday, haven't really had a whole lot of time for anything unusual, but yeah, that's it for now and I will talk to you again soon. Hello there, it is Wednesday. You might end up hearing a little bit of thunder. It's thunderstorming outside, so it should be a fun drive to work. But guess what? Last night when I got home from work, there was a letter from my son. I was so excited. My husband waited, it was addressed to both of us. He waited for me to get home so we could read it together. And Daniel is doing good. I was so glad to hear from him. He said that he's sleeping good, the food is good, he misses us. He said he misses us more than he ever thought he would, and to please keep the letters coming. He said that he has received 7 letters so far. I have written him every single day. The day after he left, he called with just the address information, and that very evening I had a letter in the mail. So I've written him every single day. His dad has written him 3 times, I think, and I think his grandma wrote him once, my husband's mom. But anyway, he said he's doing good. He said they all get like assigned dorm duties or jobs while they're in BMT, and he is a weapons monitor. He said breaking down an M16 is so easy. Well, and the reason for that, or part of what helps with that, is my husband has like ARs and he knows how to break those down and clean them and everything, and it's very similar. And my husband's has always taken him to target practice, and so this isn't new for him, and he knows that you respect a weapon and you be very careful with it and all that stuff. So I don't know if they just picked him randomly or if they saw that he was familiar or what. I don't know how that works. But what else did he say? He wanted us to send some pictures. So last night we had like 10 different pictures, that's the coffee pot, printed off of like us, me and my husband and our older son and a couple of the dog, and my husband sent him 5, and then today I'm gonna send him 5. So he'll have that. He said that the first week that they call week 0 was really hard, and that it was getting better because he was getting used to things. He's looking forward to Beast Week, which I think is week 5 or 6, and that's where they they're like in teams, I think, and they go like into the woods and they're outside and eating MREs, the meals in the packages and stuff, for like 5 days. So he's looking forward to that. He said the physical part is really hard and he's a little bit nervous. he says, I'm paranoid that I'm going to get recycled if I don't do well, so I'm trying my hardest. And getting recycled means they get pushed back. Like, they have to start some things over and then they won't graduate at the time that they thought they would. And I think he's going to be just fine. He still has, you know, I don't know if you heard that, but it was thunder. But anyway, I'm trying to think of, oh, he said they shave their heads like 4 days in. He's making some friends. But it was just so nice to hear from him. I was so happy. And also that he was like, P.S. in big capital letters, please keep sending letters. They help me get through this. Which is kind of funny because this is from a guy that before he left said he didn't care about letters. So I had a feeling he would. So yeah, so I'm really happy today. I'm really happy today. And so it's going to be a good day. So that's it for now. I better get my coffee made and get out of here because I'm sure it's going to take longer to get to work with this thunderstorm going. But I will talk to you again soon. Good morning. There's that loud coffee pot. Today's Thursday, so it's the last day that I will be driving down to the building this week. Get to work from home tomorrow. And it's been a really busy work week, which has been good because it's been going by really fast. So I'm tired today. I feel like I've been tired all week. But anyway, there's really nothing to talk about this morning, so that's it for now, and I will talk to you again soon. I don't think this is translating good, but the sky is the craziest color. It's really cool, but it's not showing up that great on here. Darn it. Hey there, today is Friday. It's like 10:45 in the morning right now. I'm working from home today since it's Friday, and I'm just ready for the day to be over already. I don't know. I have no motivation today. But I wanted to tell you something weird that happened at our house yesterday, or actually behind our house. Our house butts up against kind of like a highway. It's considered a highway, but we're in a small town, so it's not, I don't know. Anyway, apparently yesterday, about 12:30 in the afternoon, somebody decided to throw an IED, an improvised explosive device, at a police car. And it was literally right behind our fence, like the road right behind our house. And luckily, it just hit the pavement. It did not hit the officer or his car, thank goodness. And so, but it's been all over the news, and they just keep saying an explosive device and an IED. They haven't said like what they think it is or anything, you know. Is it an M80? Was it some kind of a little bomb? I mean, I don't know. But anyway, my husband and I were at work. My oldest son was home, but he, I guess at the time, was playing a video game and he had on noise canceling headphones. So when the police came to the door, you know, of course he was freaked out. Why are the police at my house? And they wanted him to come outside so they could question him, which actually they were doing with all the neighbors. They wanted to know if they heard an explosion and if they saw anything. He didn't hear it because of the headphones. He didn't see anything, so he let them know. And they closed the highway down, and the ATF was out there. So, you know, at first the police had like posted on Facebook that there was debris, and so they were closing the highway because of the debris. And so then there's all these people commenting, okay, fine, then what's the ATF here for? And others were like, well, what was that loud explosion we heard? You know, all that stuff. So that was yesterday afternoon, and as of right now, the last news report, they still haven't caught the person yet, but there's a $5,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of this person. So, you know how people like to brag. I imagine whomever it was is probably bragged, and then hopefully one of the people this person bragged to will turn him in for the $5,000. But it's just really, it's really pretty freaky to know that happened right behind my house. And last night we actually had a Channel 41 news van at the end of our driveway that was sitting there waiting for the 10 o'clock news, because then the newscaster, she did her newscast like from right behind our fence, and they had interviewed a couple of our neighbors and they were on the news and stuff. So I don't know, this world right now with all the hate going around, it makes me so sad. I will never understand why people can't just value each other's differences. I mean, we're not all going to be the same. We're the same on the inside, you know? So I don't know. I'm not going to get into like a political discussion or anything like that, you know, other than to say that at least for me and my beliefs, I believe everyone is created equal and everyone deserves a good life and for people to care about them, and there is no one perfect person, race, religion, whatever, you know. I value everybody, and so that's that. Then also, yesterday we got another letter from my son Daniel in the Air Force. That was such a surprise. We were not expecting to get 2 letters in the same week, but this one looked like he mailed it the day after the first one, and he said that they got an unexpected hour of free time, so he wrote to us. It was so nice to hear from him, and I'm not going to count on that to happen all the time, you know, because I know they don't get a lot of time, so I'm not expecting to get a letter even every week, although it would be nice. But I'm still writing him every single day, even Saturday and Sunday, and even though the mail doesn't run on Sunday, I still go to the post office and drop a letter in there. And they don't actually, he said in his letter this time that they don't actually get their letters on the weekends, so you know, he gets doubled up and tripled up and stuff during the week. But so that's that. And then my oldest son, this is really cool, he got a part-time job at Worlds of Fun. That's the amusement park that's in Kansas City that I've talked about before. My husband and I have season tickets, and it's also got the water park, and throughout the summer months we mostly go to the water park. Like in the spring we'll go to the amusement park, and then again in the fall. Well, he got a part-time job working for the Halloween Haunt, which is what they do, I think, at the very end of September and all through October and maybe the very beginning of November. They do Halloween Haunt, and they turn the park into, I've shared before in past vlogs, so if you've been watching for a while, you've seen it before, where the park gets haunted and there's all these haunted houses, and they have like fog and scary music, and it is my absolute favorite time to be out there. Well, he got a job working part-time there and for Halloween Haunt, and tonight he goes to find out more information on it. So he thinks he might be working in one of the haunted houses, but I don't know. But I think that's pretty exciting. So this year, when my husband and I go to Worlds of Fun's Halloween Haunt, we might actually get scared by our own son, but we'll see. And this year, the park is actually, for the first time, they're extending even throughout December. I think possibly even part of January, they're going to do Winterfest. So after Halloween Haunt, they're going to close the park down for, I don't know if it's a couple of weeks or however many days or whatever, and they're going to transform it into like Winterfest with lights and hot chocolate and wintry things, and so that'll be cool. We're gonna go and enjoy that too. So, but that's the update for now. I gotta get back to work. I get 2 15-minute breaks, and usually I don't take them, but sometimes on Fridays I do. But I think it's gonna rain outside. It's really kind of dark today, and then tomorrow my husband and I are gonna go to Oceans of Fun. we've only got, I think, 3 more weekends, so I don't know if we'll go all 3 times, but maybe if the weather's good. So that's the update for now, and I will talk to you again later. Bye. Hey there, today is Sunday. I did not vlog at all yesterday. Basically, all my husband and I did on Saturday was we went to Oceans of Fun, the water park. So pretty much in the morning, I just wrote a letter to my son, and then we went to the water park, and then after that, we came home. He went over to a buddy's house to watch the Kansas City Chiefs preseason game, and I sat and watched TV. So there really wasn't anything to talk about yesterday. But today, right now, I'm on my way to the post office to mail off my daily letter to Daniel. And then I'm gonna make my pretty much weekly trip to Target to, you guessed it, get toilet paper. But I always end up looking at everything else too, so I'll probably be in Target for a while. Who knows what else I'll buy. We have a few other things on our shopping list that I'll get while I'm there. You know, just your normal basic things. And then other than that, I just kind of like to look around the store. I mean, you wouldn't think week to week they would get new things, but they really do. So, but that's the update for right now. Just going to the post office. Oh, and even more importantly, we got another letter from my son. So that was really exciting. We got that yesterday, and he said since his job is an airborne job, this scares me, but he has to do, when he gets to tech school, he has to do SERE, which is like a training that, and I don't remember exactly, I think it stands for survival, evasion, something, and escape. I don't remember exactly. And but anyway, basically for 5 days they're like dumped off somewhere, and from what I read, he didn't tell me, he said that they had to, like, what they signed talked about like simulated torture, and what was the other? Oh, carrying like 60 pounds on their backs for 6 to 8 hours in altitudes of, I think, 2,800 to 3,400 feet. And then I made the mistake of Googling SERE for the Air Force, because other branches of the military do it also. You know what? I was talking to you guys, and I completely passed the post office. So let me turn around here. That was dumb. I'm just driving on along. Started thinking about that SERE, and it scared me. But anyway, so because he's going to have an airborne job, and there is the possibility of, you know, a plane going down and being captured in enemy territory or whatever, please, if you are a praying person, can you add my son to your prayers? I'm serious, that he never has to deal with that. But in addition to that, he also has to parachute. So the parachuting part, he said, that'll be terrifying. I didn't go too far past the post office, but it's just right there. But so I feel like I'm rambling, because that's like something that scares me and I don't want to think about. But apparently that's going to happen while he's in tech training. I don't know when during tech training that will happen. He's got like 47 academic days that he will still be at Lackland Air Force Base for training, and then depending on the plane he's assigned to, he will be going to another base for an actual, you know, another tech school for the rest of his training. And then I'm rolling down the back window and not the front window. What the hell is wrong with me today? I feel like my brain doesn't work anymore. There's the letter for today. But he also said that he's getting to know the other guys in his flight, and he's not feeling so alone anymore. And he said he actually really likes wearing boots, which is something that I was kind of concerned about because he is really particular with his footwear. And so to hear him say he really likes wearing boots was surprising to me, but I was happy about it. And also he gets to, well, as long as nothing happens where they lose the privilege, he'll get to make a phone call home during week of training 4. Today he starts week of training 3. It starts on Sundays. And so sometime during the next week of training, he'll get to call home. The thing is the call can be at any time on any day. We have no way of knowing, so he's probably, I wrote him in a letter to just call Brian, my husband's cell phone, because Brian always has his cell phone on him. Right now, I do too, even at work. It's like, we're not even supposed to have our cell phones out, but I have it sitting on my desk, you know, just in case he calls, because if something were to happen, like if he were to be put on a medical hold or something like that, they let him call home. But other than that, they have to earn their call during week of training 4. So we should hopefully get a call. And he said in his letter that he just learned he gets to call home for 15 minutes, he said. But there's a Facebook group that I follow called Air Force Wing Moms. It's AF Wing Moms. And on there have been a few, and it's actually for more than just moms. It's run by Air Force moms, people that have had, you know, kids that have gone through the Air Force. Most of them are still in the Air Force and active duty. So they run it. But there have been a few people commenting saying, well, their son or daughter only got a 5-minute call, or they got no call. You know, it just depends, because your flight can lose the privilege. It really just depends on the military training instructor. So I'm hoping his will get to be a 15-minute call. I'm hoping that it will be during a time when my husband and I are both at home, and then, you know, we can just put it on speakerphone. But I've prepared myself for the fact that it might not be. It might be where he only gets to talk to my husband. And if that's the case, of course I'm going to be sad, but at least he will get to talk to one of us. And the reason I didn't have him call my cell phone is because I get tied up in conference calls, you know, and some of them I'm in the middle of conducting. And that would be, if I saw my phone ring and I saw it was my son, you know, it's like at work, it wouldn't be acceptable to say, oh guys, I have to end this call, my son is calling, and hang up on a conference call that I'm supposed to be conducting, because no matter what, it's work and they're paying me to do a job, and I don't think that that would be acceptable to, I think it would be, you know what I mean, it would definitely be frowned upon. Whereas my husband, he sets his own hours. At the very worst, he may be with a client for like a fence sale, but you know, they're going to totally understand. He's not going to be in the middle of conducting an entire conference call. He can just tell whomever he's doing a fence bid for, oh, hey, I got to take this call. It's my son. He's in the Air Force. You know what I mean? So I just really hope it's during, it could be on that Sunday, the first Sunday of week of training 4. I just don't know. But that whole week, we're going to make sure that we get home. You know, we're not going to like go places after work or anything like that. We're just going to be home. He's not going to set late appointments. My husband's not going to set late appointments, and we'll just be waiting for that call. And I'm hoping that Daniel's happy, and I know he's having, you know, that this is hard, because my God, they do so much physical training in addition to all of the academic things they're having to do. And next week of training 4, he also has to go into the gas chamber, and I think he'll do okay with that. I've watched videos on it and stuff, and it doesn't seem, I wouldn't want to do it. I'm not going to say, oh God, it looks easy, because it doesn't. I mean, you see people, at the very least, their eyes are watering, their nose is watering, they're coughing. It's very uncomfortable, because they put them in with like tear gas, and first they have them do a bunch of jumping jacks so that they're having to breathe heavy and stuff. Then they put that tear gas in, and I think they have to say like their name and their rank or something, and they have to say it very clearly, and then they will be released. So there'll be some kids that get out of there quick, some that get out of there slow, and some it makes them throw up. You know, it's just, it is what it is. He has to, because starting on this week, they're preparing them for combat. And so they're getting all the preparation, and then next week they're going to practice it. Then week 5 is called Beast, and they actually like take them into the whole week. They're like in a wooded area, and they're simulating combat and fighting and all kinds of stuff like that. He's excited about that. So, and I don't remember if I told you guys, I think I did, he's a weapons monitor. So he's like responsible for making sure everybody is treating their weapon the way that they should and being safe with it and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I've talked to you almost the entire time. I'm almost to target, but guys, I'm feeling a little bit better. Just hearing from him helps, but I still have yet to have a day where I don't have at least some tears. It's not like at the very beginning where it was gut-wrenching, you know? I felt like I'm never going to be happy again, and I still feel like I'm in a depression. But just hearing from him and knowing, you know, as of right now, when I'm talking, there's 32 days left until we get to see him for graduation. And unless, I mean, if he doesn't pass the physical training, or if something happens where he gets put on a medical hold or something, that will be delayed. But we're not gonna even think about that. We're just gonna, he's gonna pass everything, and we're gonna be there in 32 days. So I just am counting down the days, and you know, every new day is one less day until I get to see my boy, or my man. So, well, I'm at Target now, so I'm gonna go get what I need to get, and I will talk to you again later. Hey there, I'm done at Target, so now I'm gonna go over to Kohl's, which is just right next door, because I'm gonna look at their luggage and see if they have it on sale. And then I have a pretty good coupon. So, because I got to thinking, I think we only have one large suitcase, and if we're gonna be visiting our son, I think we need to possibly invest in another large suitcase. So I'm gonna look at them and see. Depending on the price, I might get one, I might not, I don't know. But at Target, pretty much stuck to my list, and I think the only, did I get anything extra? I got envelopes, tape, toilet paper, and some of those little tuna kits that I like for quick lunches. Boy, Kohl's is crowded. Maybe they're having some good sales. I got one other thing. I can't think of what it, oh, I got a new air freshener for my car. You know, that's one thing. Yankee Candle, I love their candles, but I think their air fresheners for your car aren't very good. At least I've only tried 2 of them. Like these car jars. This Fuji apple, I was able to smell it like the first 3 days. Now I can't smell it at all. And then I tried a bamboo one, and I didn't like it either. So I have the Bath and Body Works ones, and this is my little, but I need to replace I can still smell that very faintly, and I've had that in my car for like 3 months. I need to replace it. I have some more, but I bought like one that looks like little hibiscus flowers that hangs from the rearview mirror. It was just really pretty, so I got it. So now I'm gonna go into Kohl's. Hey there, it is like super hot outside. I am headed home now. It is 12:30, and I think you can see I got a bag, and I confirmed with my husband we just have the one large suitcase. So I told him I'm going to use this one and he can use the black one we have. I got this one in purple, which purple really is a, you know, anybody could use it. He would even use it. They had one that was like floral that was really pretty. I came that close to getting it, but then I thought, you know, if he ever travels for something and he wants to use this one, you know, of course my husband doesn't care. He would carry a pink one. He just doesn't care. He's more about function than he is about what color a bag might be. But anyway, this one is really nice. They had them 50% off. Then I had a 20% off coupon, and I had a $15 Yes to You reward that I had earned. So I bought this bag, and then I also bought a luggage tag, like a really cool one, and with tax and everything it was $118, which is actually really good for nice luggage. And so I'm really happy with it. One thing that I think is really cool about this one is it has like this inner zipper compartment where you can take clothes that are on a hanger, and it has like a bar, and you hang the clothes on that bar and then you just zip it up. So then you wouldn't have to worry about folding or anything. So that section, you could put like your shirts or, you know, things like that, things that are on a hanger, and in the inside section you can put everything else. And then it's got even other like side pockets and top pockets. It's expandable. It's really nice. So I'm happy with it. And so now I'm just gonna head home. I don't know what else. I don't really have anything else on the agenda for today. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for the week also, because I think it's going to be a longer one than what I've done the last couple of weeks because I've been kind of extra gabby. So I think that's it for this week, and I will talk to you again next week. Bye!